In this video, it's the brand new HyperGo rally car Volkswagen Polo Body Edition. If you don't know this, HyperGo has already had a previous model with a Citroen body, so this is an updated model with a really good looking Volkswagen body on it. So we're going to get it out of the box, we're going to give a closer look at the body and the car itself, we're going to give it a test run and look at, is it worth the money for you to buy one of these? If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Troy. This is RoadsideRC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. Let's get started by getting this thing out of the box. All right, we have the manual itself. It goes over some of the basics of the operation of the car, but then also goes into some of the parts itself, part numbers, exploded diagrams, all the stuff that you're really going to need. This is very valuable. If and or when you do break the vehicle, you're going to end up needing this. And the fact that they have this in here is really helpful, actually. You then get a whole set of drift plastic tires, more off-road knobby tires, some spare body mount parts, screwdriver, T-wrench, battery charger all included, and the controller itself, which is honestly, I think one of the more basic ones that they do come with on a lot of these vehicles. It does require 2 AA batteries in order to get up and running. And then in here is the car itself. Look at that. That is so good looking. Body on this thing, they have really outdone themselves. When you hold this in person, one, the car has a lot of heft to it. It's quite heavy. Metal chassis and all the components that are in it give the car a lot of weight. This does not feel like a child's toy that you would get at like a Walmart or something. But then when you start looking at the body and you see all the hard plastic details, grille, air vents, the lights, look at all these vents up here, the windshield wiper cowl. We have a separate part here like the air scoop. We have the mirrors that are hard mirrors on the side, door handles, the rear tail lights, the rear wing. I mean, this is a very scale, very good looking body. This is actually an officially licensed body from Volkswagen, and whatever they paid for that license, it was worth it. They did a great job on it. They definitely made the most out of it. At first, I didn't quite understand how the body went on and off. If you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's some little 3D printed brackets with nuts in them. And we've had bodies like this before where what you do is you actually just unscrew those and then you take the body off. No, this body is on here really tight, but it actually is really strong magnets. It has 3 magnets locked in both front and rear. And if you notice here, they did something absolutely genius. The lights are wired in here to the magnets, and then the power is in here. So one of the things that you frequently see with these cars, even personally, I'd very rarely plug the lights in because there's a dangling plug here that would easily get lost. Maybe you'd plug it into the wrong spot on the receiver, or you go to take the body off and you yank that wire out. And they have done something here. I've seen people do this on drift bodies, kind of custom make them. But look at what they're doing here. They have a little bracket, they have the light controller, and then they literally have the wires wired in here to these magnets. And then the same thing on this side. That is absolutely genius and not something that I have seen on this scale or this kind of vehicle before. And it is strong. Those are 3 really strong magnets, front and rear. In fact, if you do this, look, you can actually bend the body before the body comes off. You have to get your finger in here and help lift it up. Underneath here, things start to look a little bit more familiar versus the Citroen vehicle that we've had before. Aside from the body mounts, we have oil-filled shocks on all 4 corners with some level of a preload adjustment on them, and of course you could take them off and put different oil in. We have metal drive shafts, we have ball bearings, we have metal gears and driveline all throughout the vehicle. Hefty, big control arms, suspension here. Can take any of the beating and bashing and everything that's going to be thrown at it. Big bumpers front and rear. These things end up being borderline indestructible. E3 body mounts right here, and then you can take the dust shield. It is there just to help keep the interior of the car clean. You can see they do provide a battery with it from the factory. Not a very big one, but 2S 2000 milliamp hour 15C battery. Good news, comes with standard T or Dean style plug on it, plus a standard balance port. So if you don't want to use the included charger, your regular hobby grade charger should be able to charge this without a problem. Brushless motor with the fan on it. ESC over here with a fan on it. This is not a receiver and ESC 2-in-1 unit, which is great. If you really enjoy this vehicle and you end up wanting to upgrade the controller, things like that, very easy to do because of the fact that they made these two parts separate, along with a gyro here with adjustable gain right here on the front of it, and different settings that you can go through. Really overall high quality components in this vehicle for the price point. You're getting a heck of a deal. Quick comparison of the 3 tires that come in the car. So the kind of on-road but luggy true rally tires are what comes on it. Again, hard plastic drift tires, which on the Citroen model I found I used a couple times. It's kind of fun. Definitely a lot slower, big slides with those. And then here, much harder compound. These over here are very soft. These are very hard. So probably if you're doing a bunch of asphalt driving, these will last you longer. They will not wear out as fast and provide you a little bit more slip versus the tires, but not go all the way to the slick hard plastic drift tire. When you hook the battery in, make sure you're tucking the little balance wire in. You don't want that to flop out, and honestly you don't want this big power wire to come out on the ground or to get caught up in the center drive shaft either. So I like to do something like this and actually kind of tie it in there with the battery, and then that way it's a lot less likely to move. Controller is on over here, and so we're going to hit the power button. Gotta let the gyro initialize and everything. You want to leave everything alone. Don't shake the table. Don't move the car at first. Otherwise, you may end up with some different behavior. Steering's nice and quick enough for what we're doing. And if you look, the gyro is working. Look at what they've provided us. So we saw the lights. Bottom button here on the controller turns it from on to kind of a flash to off. It is both the front and the rear. Check that out. We have multi-colors and everything there. That is crazy. I pay good money for light systems for other RCs, and they don't do this. It's on this budget RC. I can't buy it. It's still, to me, that is very impressive what they provide here. Brake lights come on, and then if I go into reverse, we actually have backup light. First test we're going to give it is actually just here in the garage. Oh, wow. That thing is that's like half throttle. It's got plenty of power. Oh, that is fun. I love how the body rolls a little bit. It's not a lot, but it's just enough. I think a group of these around a track would be an absolute hoot. All right, now enough driving this thing in the garage. Let's get out here to the skate park to drive it. One of my favorite places to take on-road cars, all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, rally cars like this. Skate park can be a lot of blast. Oh, this thing. So still those kind of harder tires on it. And look at it just slide. It does like a four-wheel drift. Oh, that is an absolute play. I think I could drive it around like this, literally a whole battery, just letting it slide. Oh yeah. That is so satisfying. Do we dare hit the big bowl thing? Oh, too much. Oh. And it's fun for big slides. Look at that. It'll just slide. That is fun. Oh no! Oh, battery's dead. Back from the skate park, and I'll be honest, two things. One, I wish I brought more batteries with me because I ran out of battery before I ran out of want to drive. And then two, I wish I had put on the hard plastic tires earlier. It was so much fun once these tires were on to slide around, just absolutely massive slides. I mean, it was fun with the rubber tires, don't get me wrong. It was fun with the rubber tires. But once we got over to the plastic tires, it just really was. It was so much fun. It's like a skateboard. It's like a motorized skateboard at the skate park. Now, the only downside here is now I have scrapes and bruises all around this car. But let's be honest, it earned them. There was multiple times in which this thing absolutely sailed off of a jump and it took the hits. I mean, you can see some of the scrapes here on the chassis. You can see the scrapes here on the bumper. I mean, it took the impact and it is no worse for wear. Everything is still solid. I haven't bent any drive shafts. I haven't bent any shocks. I've scraped up the chassis. I've scraped up the body as to be expected. An absolute blast. So much fun. Very, very happy. Very, very happy with it. End result is this is a very fun car with a lot of scale details, the lights, everything. The body is second to none. This, and they have the Citroen body itself. Both of those absolutely amazing. The driveline, the power plant, and everything is so much fun, whether on the plastic tires, whether on the rubber knobbies. You know, the only real downside to a car like this is you have to be very conscientious of where you're going to drive it. You can't drive it in the grass. It's too low to the ground. There's no ground clearance. It high centers immediately in any kind of grass. But if you're on a dirt, if you're on a hard surface, it is a ton of fun. If you have any questions about this car that I haven't answered in this video, please leave them down in the video comments and I'll be happy to answer as many of them as I can. If you are curious about picking one of these up, there'll be a link in the video description, and I hope that you go in there and check it out. Make sure you check out and make sure you get the model with the magnetic body mount, because I'll be honest, that's pretty awesome. Thank you for watching. If you're curious about any other vehicle reviews that I have done, there'll be a playlist popping up over here to your right, and I hope to see you in one of those videos. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.